because she was practicing a technique called urethra sounding, which, according to Google, is, quote, the pursuit of sexual satisfaction. And what you do is it involves inserting a glass or metal object or fluid into the urethra, and the aim is to enhance sexual pleasure. And I have some tools that men use for.
Come on!
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey!
Oh yeah! Morning and welcome to episode 902 of Hard Factor. It is finally Friday, March 18th, 2022. If you're in Boston, you also got Thursday off. You're probably like just not even going to work today. Congrats to you.
No, speak Boston to them, Will.
4-day weekend.
Fuck you pieces of shit. You stupid.
No, I mean, I saw the
pieces of
Guinnesses
fucking shit.
online. It looked
They're keeping the
beautiful.
train rolling today. It's a bender if you're in Boston.
It's a 4-day weekend no one else gets.
Can't wait to join it myself. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got a full house of hosts today. Mark, Pat, West, and I'm Will. Talk with you about Mark has a cup of coffee full of updates from the Ukrainian-Russian front, as always.
No, it's just madness. I'm not even fucking talking Ukraine-Russia today. Okay,
all
we're taking a
March
break. It's just madness in general.
Good.
Some of it basketball, some of it other. It's a
Okay.
madness themed.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was some in there. Okay.
I'm not even. That's the last we talk Ukraine-Russia right there.
Okay. Sweet. Wes has got a TikTok international moment. I don't know what's in there. Wes, what do you got?
Good. I don't want you to say what one of them is. One of them involves a little interesting sex toy, and another one involves an interesting theft. It's
He's like, and one of them is Ukraine-Russia.
Yeah. One of them's Ukraine.
Are there clips? I think
One of them is about Maripol.
Are there clips?
Yeah.
I do have one joke later on, but it's not a serious update. But I'm not really doing a story on that. I'm taking us back to space because it's been way too long. We gotta go to space, and then Pat,
Hell yeah.
you got voicemails and 5-star reviews.
It's
As always.
electric in the caboose today.
Really
It's the drink cart.
nice, and it
Ew.
gets spicy in there.
I mean, I wouldn't. Just some solids. They must have known it was my day. I'm setting a new rule too on the voicemails and reviews when we get there. It's a new
Really?
Sounds good.
It's a sub 1 minute rule, is what it is.
Oh God.
Whoa.
I like that.
wow, yeah, that's now that really puts a
Damn.
challenge, and it
So
will
what
be more
happens if-
action packed. I like that.
What happens if you go?
What
over
happens
a
if they
minute?
go over?
You end up wasting my time because I edit your ums, your oohs, your ahs, your hey. I'm gonna ask you a question. We know you're gonna ask a question. You don't need to let us know.
But like they can see if they
Question
went
kinda
over,
says
right?
it.
So if they go like a minute 10, are you asking them to send in a new one? Or are you saying you're just gonna chop? We're gonna chop it to a minute.
I mean, I'll put it this way: whenever I'm doing voicemails, I always chop like
Yeah.
your ums, your oohs, just to make it more bearable. So I'm just gonna ask you to strive for a minute. That's what I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
And if you're over a
Perfect.
minute, yeah, we'll cut you down. But just
I
strive.
like
good-
to hear.
it's a good
people,
rule.
Like silently pause and think about stuff.
I don't.
To me, it's fun to imagine that person on the other
Because
end.
we're not your therapist. You can't just dial the number in the morning on your way to work, like after your morning coffee or cigarette, and just talk at us. Like formulate the thought, dial it up, leave the thought, hang up, move on with your day.
How long is
Yeah.
Dallas Dave's voicemail today?
It's long.
Well,
Hey,
I
but
dealt
you-
with it though.
Hey, but
I
it's
dealt
good
with
though.
it. I dealt with it. dealt with it.
We needed Dallas Dave's input more than ever today. Leeds is on a big time comeback. Let's go. Come on.
if that's the case, let's just go in general. Here we go.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
What was that, Pat?
I said just wouldn't hold your breath about it. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay. I'm not holding my. What I'm saying, we
I'm
gotta at
saying
least
you-
get excitement.
I'm saying you just get ready. Just wait. Come to the drink cart at the back of the show.
I'm excited.
You know what's gonna cheer you guys up? This fun fact today.
Hmm.
It's a good one. This is good. The average fart travels out of your body at 7 miles per hour. And I think we can beat that. If there's a device,
Slow. It's a little tizzy of a fart.
I think we can beat that. That's the average fart. That's like when people are trying to hold it in. I think we could rip them. And if there's a device that measures fart MPH, mile per hour, that you can get on Amazon, because that sounds like you could maybe. That sounds like a good contest for the Hive. We could do like fastest fart each month on video gets a free piece of merch or something like that.
Dude, have you guys ever seen the thermal fart videos?
Yeah.
The videos with the thermal cameras of the
Yeah.
farts?
Yeah,
So
I love those.
I need to know if those are real because
No,
I'm-
they're not real. That's
Well, they are real. What are you kidding me? They're
That's
definitely
real.
But can
Yeah,
they measure?
that's real.
Can they measure
That's real.
MPH?
No, they
You
measure
could.
heat.
we could easily measure it with
Okay,
the fart
but if
thing.
we had an
But-
infrared camera, then
We have a
That's
lot
real.
of talented people out in the Hive that work a lot of jobs. If anyone can get us
Because-
towards a mile per hour fart thing,
You could easily. I could do it. I'm not gonna, but someone else who's smarter than me should do it faster. But the thing is, I've always wondered. Try to Google how a fart dissipates in a room. It's impossible to Google, and it always lands you in these thermal cameras, which you're wondering, is this real or not? But
Right.
just imagine.
I've
what's the
never thought it's
dissipation?
real. Wes, you think it's real?
It's 100% real.
Okay.
But think about the dissipation because you want to know.
Well, we
'cause-
need to get a thermal camera then. I think that's the answer. It's the only way to measure it.
you know, like
think
Michael
we can hack.
Scott and those people running past a speed limit sign and like seeing how fast they're going. I want to do like a clip of that and then a clip to a guy farting faster. Like someone runs by the speed limit sign at like 16 miles an hour and then someone cuts to a fart that's like 18 miles an hour. You can't
I
outrun
really,
it.
I really
If
hope
they're
today
not
isn't
real,
like a
there are
news-
people. Yeah, there's people spending way too much time on those videos out there. If
I
they're
mean,
not real,
really good.
I've always assumed that was just what was happening. Like, and they just wanted a huge laugh, and they got it every time.
Oh, okay. There's a MythBusters. Are the farts? We'll figure that out. But I really hope
Okay.
today isn't a day that like a new sponsor is like checking the show out. Like,
Well, I mean, I think they would understand what we're going for here. Holidays. You look up holidays for March 18th. The first one that pops up is, I think I have a picture of it here. Forgive Mom and Dad Day. Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone out there that might need to celebrate this day?
Oh my goodness, what a day!
every day of my life, yeah.
Anyone?
What a day.
Does anyone need to celebrate Forgive Mom and Dad Day?
Oh, okay.
An A Rogers, maybe? And that's the holidays. Today in history, I got to be honest, not a lot of interesting stuff happened on March 18th. Not a lot of stuff happened in the news. It was just all March Madness and Ukraine. We talk March Madness. We're not talking Ukraine. But in history, not a lot. I'm hungover from St. Patty's Day, right? Like everyone's probably hungover on March 18th
Yeah,
because it's
I mean,
like around the world, I guess. And
generally speaking, it does seem we're recording during St. Patty's Day. It seems like people are getting it on as we record. Yeah.
so that's why like nothing happened historically on March 18th because I think everyone was doing like whatever version of Netflix and chilling was going on in that era, you know. But there was one that I found, and that's British Parliament repealed the Stamp Act of 1765, which was the first direct tax on the colonies after violent protests from the American colonists, including the Sons of Liberty. They basically were like, "Oh, we better stop taxing them for a short period of time," which we all know how that eventually turned out. So that was like kind
they
of
couldn't
the beginning
keep
of the
their hands
end.
out of the cookie jar,
Yep.
and then they got their hands chopped off.
That was the
by
beginning
George
of the end.
Washington.
Yep.
and they
Now
never
we're-
even got the country back. They remember 1812. Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Try to come back here. Try to come.
What were they
back here.
thinking?
And that's
They
that's
did
a,
burn down the White House, but
that's a
other
really
than-
upsetting. But that's a really upsetting defeat. You can tell why it's understandable why they hate George Washington so much. He punks them on the battlefield, and then like Ben Franklin's just like impregnating so many people in London,
dude,
at
and
the same time.
committing mail
And-
fraud.
Yeah.
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 It's
Ben
just-
Franklin really was screwing them up. Yeah.
Right.
From the inside. Yeah.
And George Washington was like trained by them. They felt like it was a betrayal. I mean, it was just oh man, that's tough.
Tough stretch for them. Honorable mentions. How about the fucking March Madness tournament? I mean, look, it should be the cream of the crop, quite frankly, but we aren't up to the minute on scores, so we'll just tell you kind of what we know so far and what's been going on. It's already been awesome. Some close games, some upsets, nonstop buckets. A lot of people's cute pick to win it all, or at least get to the Final Four this year, Iowa, out first round to the Richmond Spiders.
Get out.
They're out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know, was it possibly the Hard Factor interview with Alexandra Hutt, former stripper at probably the Paper Moon in Richmond, that pushed the Spiders to victory?
She definitely went to the University of Richmond. Yes, I think
So-
it was
Definitely.
that mark.
Do it
Did
for
a little
Alexander.
digging.
Yeah.
Did a little digging. And look, I didn't need to do any digging to know that the Paper Moon is the premier gentleman's club in the greater Richmond area.
Yeah, you did a
in
little
fact-
digging in your memory bank.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
'cause-
tell you, it's one of
Yeah, your pants.
Paper Moon. Paper
down
Moon.
there?
Paper Moon in Richmond is one of 2 strip clubs in the nation that I have had a very, very memorable, high quality day shift at, and that's saying something.
Oh, dude, we rented
Wow.
we rented a van to go there for my
Yeah.
22nd, 23rd birthday. That was just that was the whole thing.
Yeah,
Paper Moon.
We're just going to Paper Moon. One of the dancers brought me up on stage and called me fat. That was the first time I ever got fat too.
Man, it's a
Jesus.
risky run. You go to
She
the
was
Paper
right.
Moon.
I got a little fat.
Things get
But-
real.
It was hard because you know when you start getting fat, you're like, oh, someone else knows.
Are
Well,
you kidding
it's
me?
tough
A
to-
stripper did that to you on your birthday? That is awful.
I know she hit me with a belt too.
That is awful.
Anyway, my point
just
is,
The mouth on that stripper.
My God.
my point is,
You always get pulled on stage when it's your birthday with your bunch of dudes.
Yeah, I
so-
know, but they're supposed to be nice to you at least.
Point
No, they always fuck with
is-
you. They like really, really grind on you hard. They
Oh
like,
yeah, that's terrible.
jump. They're like really whopping it down.
I
you know,
hate it
like,
when they grind on
pow,
me real hard.
Pow, pow, like as hard as they can.
I'm gonna break
Yeah.
it.
She's gonna kill me with these boobs.
You're gonna need a little cast. No, but my point is, I looked around. There's been some new clubs that have popped up in Richmond since we stomped in those areas, but nothing like either the Midlothian Turnpike or Norfolk Avenue locations of the Paper Moon, which clearly Alexander Hunt worked there.
When you asked her about it, it was it's a yes.
Okay,
You
you
know, a
watched
girl of
the
that
club, so,
caliber.
Yeah, I
you
watched
got
it.
work
You watched it
elsewhere.
back.
I edited it. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
So-
so there it is.
What else? Yeah, Fresh Eyes says she works at the Paper Moon. What else? Number 1 overall seed Gonzaga stinks. At least they did for half the game. They got all they could handle from number 16 seed Georgia State, even though Georgia State's best player went out for the game early with an injury, and then their top 2 other big men got in foul trouble. But then they figured it out because they were like, at this point, Gonzaga's playing against people that were literally a foot shorter than them since all the big players were injured or fouled out or in foul trouble, and then they started just alley-ooping in the second half. Yeah.
I mean, there's
They
a
do
reason
stink.
why they were like so undefeated basically throughout the season, right?
So yeah, they have 2 7-foot. They have Tim A, who was the best player last year, is one of the best players this year, and they got
And
this
their
like
conference.
7'1", 100-pound, 18-year-old.
Right. He looks
Yeah.
like he's about to just break a limb, though.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the most
scary.
It's the most like
Chet Holmgren.
uninspiring number 1 overall of all time.
He's like
It
a
Well,
really is.
they might go with Duke. The Duke player might get number 1, but he's number 1.
Oh no, I mean like they're
Yeah.
the number 1 seed overall. In the
Oh,
tournament,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Gonzaga.
I mean,
Are the overall number 1? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
eating disorders are real. So they're not funny. But this guy's arms looks like he's anorexic. I don't
He
think
probably just grow. He's 7 feet. Man, he probably just grows too fat. He can't even eat enough. He's like
Pat, if he has an
Michael
eating
Phelps or
disorder at
something.
7 foot, that's funny.
That is funny. You're right. I'm sorry. I was just saying to say his arm looks like an anorexic girl's arm.
You gotta feed that kid like he's like a horse. You gotta feed him like a barrel of hay a day. He's growing so fast.
Well, some NBA strength coach is going to ruin his life next
But
year.
those
so.
guys even thicken out.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
of
little
course.
bit.
They can.
Kevin Durant a little bit. I mean, he's gonna
All
stay
guys
skinny,
get a
but-
little thicker as they get older. Come on.
You know that. A
Yeah.
stripper, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Paper
He's
Moon.
young still.
UNC, my pick pre-tournament, pre-Virginia Tech smacking that ass, waxing that ass when I picked them up at 75-1. They won their first game by like 39, 40 points. So
Texas,
They
right?
want Marquette.
Texas plays against Virginia Tech today at 4:30, but UNC beat Marquette by like
UNC,
40
my bad.
points. Shaka Smart, Texas's old coach, 0-7 in his last 7 NCAA games, tournament games. Ouch. Yeah, Michigan beat the Colorado State Rams in a slight
Old
upset, but
VCU
not
coach.
really. Yeah, old VCU coach, Final Four, and he hasn't won a game since in the tournament.
He's probably down at the Paper Moon
Should be. That's where he,
Throwing
became
him back.
famous. Yeah.
after going to Double T's barbecue. Learning about the Double T's grip.
The double T
Double
grip
T
now.
Grip.
That's something else. That's when you grab a 32-ounce Stein backwards style, palm first.
Instead of in the handle,
T
you
grip.
grab it by the beer mug
Hand
part,
around the
like
mug.
Ben Franklin grabbed Deborah. You just grab it.
Patreon.com/Hard Factor for the Ben Franklin deep dive.
Hey, I'm Double T. Welcome to my barbecue joint, Double T's.
Yeah, that guy's
Ever
hilarious.
show you the Double T's?
Guys look like a couple of shit kickers. Let me hang out with you for a minute.
What are the
How many
odds?
times did he slip his hand down an ass and say it was a double T grip?
Look, Double T
Oh,
doesn't
Let me
yeah.
show you
come
the
in
double T grip.
very often, but it's your lucky day because Double T's checking in on Double T's.
Why so tense, lady? And speaking of holding on to your butts, on a 16-team Sunday night. So there you go. A lot of basketball. Okay, second honorable mention. Not as fun, but actually more maddening. Did you guys hear about the horrible car accident a few nights ago where a truck went head on with a van and 9 people died on a West Texas highway?
Yes.
Okay. Wes
I had
heard about this yet.
Yeah, I had, but it was like really, really depressing. So I didn't really
It was.
read into it. And then the update looked even more depressing, right?
Update's worse. Yeah. So it was on State Highway 115 on Farm to Market Road, 1788 in Andrews County, Texas. A pickup truck crossed the center line and struck a 2007 Ford Trans Am that was towing a box trailer, probably storing golf clubs and other luggage, as the van was filled with the University of Southwest, which is in New Mexico, state and their coach. So it was like 8 golf team members and their coach. They're coming back from a golf tournament and they died a couple nights ago. 7 people died in the van, the coach and 6 college students, and the driver and a golf team that were in the back of the van are survived for now. They're in critical condition in the hospital. It turns out a breaking update from the National Transportation Safety Board on Thursday came out, and for the reason that this is going to take they said it's going to take 12 months to figure this whole thing out, because it's
burned like bad,
the wreckage is bad. It's hard to examine the crash bad, but the National Transportation Safety Board came out on Thursday and said that the driver of the truck that crossed the center line was a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah. Horrible.
13-year-old boy at night, at like 9 p.m. at night.
You think he was a DD?
So that's what I'm getting at here, Wes. Here's what I'm getting at. I kind of have a fucked up joke related to that. It's hard to even joke about this at all.
Tell it.
Yeah, let's do it. Even with the parent in the car, that's illegal, by the way. So also apparently the truck's left front tire, which was a fucking spare tire, blew out. So that didn't help. That's when the car went across the line. So it's horrible, and more details will need to come. Like they said, it's going to take 12 to 18 months to figure this all out. But I'm pretty confident we can blame the 38-year-old man in the truck who also died and allowed a 13-year-old to drive on a highway at night with a spare tire as a tire, right? Not going to conjecture more than like if it was his dad. I'm not going to conjecture if he's a drunk that had his son DD for him, or if he's just incredibly irresponsible while sober, having a 13-year-old drive sober. I wouldn't do that, and he's dead, so what's the point? It's horrible. RIP to all 9 victims, but less so to the 38-year-old passenger in the truck.
Yeah. I would say this is uncle behavior, but then again, I've been in this situation where it was sober driver behavior
I went to the guy's Facebook page, the 38-year-old man, and he has a family picture with multiple boys and his wife. I'm pretty sure it was the kid's dad, and it sucks, and it's terrible.
Yikes.
You can't have your fucking 13-year-old kid driving at night on a highway.
Whew, yeah,
on a spare tire. A spare tire blows.
I mean, it's going to devastate his family forever. That's horrible.
Yeah. And the families of the
18 to
22-year-olds.
Yeah, the entire golf program
team.
And all their families, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, imagine them being him. If it was that reason and him being responsible like that, it would just be so devastating, like to your, to your family.
It's bad. Anyways, let's move on to
the cream of the crop.
That even play?
Yeah.
My internet's having a little bit of trouble here. It was all day.
I think they've gotten to you, Mark. I think somebody's trying to shut you down.
The internet was great all day. I think I'm having that thing where Pat was having, where at this time of the day, someone in my neighborhood.
Hot hour. You're about to learn what a node is.
Yeah.
He's totally frozen right now while he's trying to
explain. I think it's this time of the day. Damn. I'm good on my side.
That's
it's been rough for a while.
Get over here. Can you guys see me moving?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's like I'm playing a 8-bit video game.
Like Pong. Today's cream of the crop is the Ever Forward, in some sort of fucked up homage to its sister ship, the Ever Given, got stuck on its way to Norfolk, Virginia a few days ago in the Chesapeake Bay, just after it departed from Maryland a few days ago, and it's still stuck.
Oh my goodness.
Not blocking boat traffic like its sister ship, the Ever Given, did for the Suez Canal. It's slowing it down as boats have to go gently around a 500-yard or 500-foot area around this boat. So it's not blocking traffic, but it's slowing it down.
So everybody's going around them like, hey, what's
so
up,
slow.
idiots?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Got stuck again, huh?
1,100-foot container ship that they're just honking at as they go around it. You guys remember the Ever Given, of course. Here's a picture of it in the Suez Canal. Like idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, it felt like it was for months, but I think it was a couple weeks. Same company 1 year later gets a ship stuck again. Someone needs to audit these guys, right?
Yeah. I love Taiwan, but it's this Taiwanese company, right?
It is. Well, it's definitely a Taiwanese company. If they want to break down all the time and go bankrupt, that's their call, but they're fucking with other boats too, and they're like carrying goods for people around the world. So it's not like just them, right? They're like causing some issues for other people. I'm not sure what the process is for, like what goods go on what ships, like if companies have any say on who they work with when they're shipping. But when we start shipping merch overseas, we need to request to not have it go on any of the Evers.
No.
Not an option.
No Evergreen Marine for Hard Factor. We're not in with them.
If the ship starts with Ever, it's never. That's the slogan we need to go with. The fucking Ever Forward hasn't been moving for days now with that cocky, ironic name. The Coast Guard and the Maryland Department of Hell, the giant ship got stuck, and if and how they can unstuck it. I imagine if they asked the captain of the ship some simple questions, they would get their answer through hiccups. Probably not the most knowledgeable crew on the Ever Forward.
It seems like this company just has horrible ship captains.
Well, I heard it was a 13-year-old driving.
Right. I heard they're worse at navigating, the captains of the Evergreens ships, than a Thai youth soccer coach.
Oh.
Let's go.
Boys.
Butts up. Start
Storm's coming.
A freeze.
Oh yeah.
We gotta.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much more you got left? You just go nuts because we'll be stepping on you otherwise.
All right. I'm not. That was a Thai soccer coach joke.
It was good. I think it was good.
Yeah.
If
Evergreen Marine, a Taiwanese company, all the Evers, and I imagine is down bad again. Yeah.
Must be.
That's it for the coffee. What the fuck is up with my internet? I'm just gonna have to hardwire from now on and piss off my wife and cats with a 100-foot cable throughout the house.
We just get you a drill.
Yeah. I
mean, that landlord is a pain in the ass, right? Get a drill.
Yeah, fuck him, right? But today's coffee was brought to you by well, we're big tobacco guys, so it's brought to you by Black Buffalo. That's what it's brought to you by. There's a new chewing tobacco alternative that you absolutely need to try if you're 21 or over and you dip or chew pouches or long cut eye. Of course, I'm talking about our awesome sponsor, Black Buffalo. Black Buffalo is everything you love about dipping, including pharmaceutical grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. It's dip literally made from edible green leaves and food grade ingredients with the same flavor, texture, aroma pack, and nicotine as traditional tobacco products. No compromise required, guys. They produce a variety of flavors like wintergreen, mint, straight peach, and even my personal favorite, the exotic blood orange. They sell their products at blackbuffalo.com. It's available in both long cut and pouches. Plus, if you're looking to ditch nicotine and tobacco completely, tap into their nicotine-free options called Zero. They also have a subscription option on their core flavors, so you can set it and forget it. Just get your Black Buffalo shipped to you every month. Boom. Get that black, get that the orange, get the peach, whatever you want, wintergreen.
I mean, we all love it, and everybody who's used the deal that talks about it in the Discord server, they love it too.
Yeah, Lombard Truck is out there just dipping Black Buffalo right now on the road, loving it,
relaxed,
and he's doing that on a U.S. road, which is where Black Buffalo is made in the U.S. You know it. Ooh, yeah. Their founders looked for alternatives to tobacco high and low across the U.S. They couldn't find a good one, so they just made their own. And don't take our word for it. Black Buffalo's quality is proven by winning the 2021 Best New Product winner at the CSP Awards and the C-Store Decisions Hot New Products Award winner just again last year in 2021. They haven't done it in 2022 yet. They'll probably win those too. I love throwing in a blood orange pouch and writing my stories for this podcast you're listening to and watching my internet crumble. I even love the Black Buffalo branding. These guys are amazing. It's 2022.
Nothing like tossing in a Black Buffalo lip and watching my speed test. It's
the only thing that doesn't push me over the edge is dipping Black Buffalo. Otherwise, I would.
It's like a sun. It's like a sun. How it disappoints me.
It's 2022. Are you still dipping traditional tobacco or those white portion things? If so, and you're 21 or over, it's time to get with Black Buffalo. It's everything you love about dipping, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. Head to blackbuffalo.com and use promo code HARDFACTOR at checkout for 25% off your first order. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use the code HARDFACTOR for 25% for. That's promo code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is a addictive chemical.
Okay. Got through it. Before we get into TikTok international moment, the madness has officially begun, gentlemen. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with my bookie. If Arkansas covers tonight, I'm going to be sitting pretty with my wager on my bookie. It doesn't matter whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting the national championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props. My bookie has you covered. Sign up today at MyBookie. It's a great site. They have all the stuff you need, to bet on sports, and use promo code FACTOR. Anything. Use promo code FACTOR to secure a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. So it's simple. Put in $200 and play with $300. Just use promo code FACTOR to claim your bonus. College b-ball, NBA, UFC, no matter what the sport, no matter what the minute, MyBookie puts the action in your hands with in-game live betting, and with choices from thousands of lines and odds. You can turn any game day into payday, and now is the perfect time to do it. Lots of games left in March Madness, so also head on over to patreon.com/hardfactor, get it on the gambling, because we are winning some cash in there, let me tell you.
And I learned from a listener that a friend of the show worked on the Mitchells versus the Machines, which is up against Encanto for best animated feature, and you can bet on that on MyBookie. And so I rode with the Hardo High.
You can also bet on. I hate to do this to you, Pat, but I'm seeing that the Power of the Dog's the front runner
for best
picture over even Belfast. Yeah.
Look, I mean, did you try to watch it?
Power of the Dog, I liked it.
Look, I like to name drop on this podcast. And I've had beers with Jesse Plemons a couple of times.
Is he the director?
Jesse Plemons? No, he's the lead actor, right?
No, it's it's what's his face?
Plemons is in there.
The guy from Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, my boy, Jesse Plemons.
He's one of them. He's one of them guys,
one time I had beers with him, and I was like, women, right? And he was like, I know. And I was like, you married? And he's like, I actually just proposed to my lady. And I was like, where's she from? And he was like, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And I was like, I used to hang out there.
Wow.
What's she like? And then he proceeded to tell me about Kirsten Dunst, but me pretending that I didn't know that he was talking about Kirsten Dunst, because he didn't say, my fiance Kirsten Dunst. So this is like one of the many times we've had beers together. So
cool.
Stay tuned to next week's show for the follow-up to that story, and it'll make a lot more sense. But no, I'm not a Power of the Dog guy.
Okay. Really going off the rails here, gentlemen. Let's get to the TikTok international moment.
It's time for the TikTok international moment.
All right, let's go to Tunisia, gentlemen. You ever been there? You know where it is? Any idea?
I
know Will knows where it is.
Tunisia twice. Clemens flew me out.
What is going on? Is it in Africa?
It's in Africa, yeah.
It's in Africa. That's all I know.
Very north of Africa. I'll show you a map in a second. Where the dumbest and most carefree woman alive lives, apparently. And that's what we're talking about today. She has remained anonymous for good reason. But what we do know is that the 45-year-old woman went to the academic hospital Habib Bourguiba And
Are you
I'm
going
gonna
after
pull-
foreign educated doctors again?
There it is. Which is the last place I'd want to go if I was.
Oh man, look at that geography. That's terrifying to Wes.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Might as well just jump in the Mediterranean Sea. She was complaining of what she thought was a urinary tract infection or UTI. She was suffering from normal UTI symptoms such as leakage and discomfort. So the doctors took some X-rays, and they all passed out simultaneously when they saw this image. And what you're looking at there is the inside of her bladder, and what's inside her bladder is a tumbler glass.
Oh,
Deep inside the woman's bladder is a tumbler glass where it remained for 4 years and had become encased by a 8-centimeter wide, 3-inch wide bladder stone. There it is.
It's that picture behind you.
goodness.
It's a picture behind me.
That's a Pizza Hut glass.
Wait, that developed inside her body, that rock, that stone?
That rock, that bladder stone. Normally, those bladder stones are almost
Oh.
impossible to see with the naked eye, but she had one that was 3 inches wide.
It's like a fossil.
Yeah, it's like a fossil. It's like an
How did
artifact.
she not know this was in there? It was like she had a baby.
She knew.
Well, here's the thing: is that after discovering the insane object in her bladder, doctors, questioned the woman. Pretty much every doctor in the hospital was in the room for her to answer, like what was going on there. But they all pretty much knew, and she finally came out with it. They just wanted to hear her say it, and she admitted she had used the glass as a sex toy all those years before, and I guess in some drug-induced trance, passed out and forgot about it inside of her urethra. Because she was practicing a technique called urethra sounding, which, according to Google, is, quote, the pursuit of sexual satisfaction. And what you do is it involves inserting a glass or metal object or fluid into the urethra, and the aim is to enhance sexual pleasure. And I have some tools that men use for
come on.
urethra
Isn't this
sounding.
isn't that what the USB people were doing too?
Oh, so this is
Yeah.
another, it's
It-
female USB stuff.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
have professional USB. This is
Here's
what you're
what,
supposed to use.
Here's what it sounds like.
Oh, man. Oh,
That's
no.
urethra sounding.
Yeah, they have kits that you can
I
get.
bet
that are
Jesse
like
Clemens
metal.
does some
Hey, not on this show. Not on this show do we defame that man's name.
Oh,
some urethra sound.
what is
Nope.
who
Yeah.
does? I mean, the USB people and the glass lady. What the fuck?
Just look at these kits, Will. This is
It
a
must
professional
feel
kit.
it
That's
must
what
feel
you're
good.
supposed to use.
You
Unless
put
this
these-
is the ultimate emperor with no clothes scenario where someone pranks all these people into doing it. It's got to
No.
feel there's got to be a payoff, right?
People love it. Yeah,
Do a lot of people
Yeah.
keep these things on their keys or something? What's up with
it
that?
looks like a keychain, doesn't it?
the ring.
Good.
band.
Then it would be dirty, and you're gonna shove that thing
Yeah.
inside your
Just
pee hole.
smells.
Yeah.
Stop putting
Or-
stuff inside your pee hole. That's just. Oh man.
So the woman admitted she had suffered cystitis, the inflammation of the bladder, several times, but had never been investigated and didn't have any blood in her urine, nor was she suffering with urinary incontinence. So this
She
is the
could
report.
pee
By,
around that thing just fine, huh?
She just lived
Yeah.
with it.
she just lived with it. By the way, this is all in a medical journal that they began writing as soon as she left the hospital, I'm sure.
yeah.
But
Just
she
like
did,
these USB idiots. I mean, like the doctor
Yeah.
can't believe his dumb luck when one of these people walks through the door.
right.
You got
But-
what stuck inside your genitals?
I mean, look at this thing.
I'm gonna
So-
be published for sure.
speeds over in his BMW to write the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey, break out the typewriter.
Yeah. Is she gone yet?
It's a
A
tumbler.
bottle of scotch.
It's a tumbler.
It's unbelievable. It does look like an ancient glass, doesn't it? Like that you'd find like in like a dig site of like a
Sea
like-
glass.
yeah, sea glass. But
Oh.
she did have higher than normal red blood cell range, so that her body was just fighting off this goddamn tumbler like an infection inside of her bladder for 4 years. And apparently, this is pretty common. Various objects, the doctor said in the journal, various objects have been inserted into the bladder, and many patients fail to remove them themselves and are very embarrassed to seek medical advice, like we've seen in the past with the USBs, the batteries, the whatever it is. Luckily, she's okay, but I don't even know how she got it up there.
It's so gross. I can't even handle it.
An unexpected
Pee-hole
phone
stuff.
call is my guess.
Yeah.
Or a knock at the
Well,
door.
I mean, she must have been high as a kite on
Show,
heroin.
show the
Just
sounding.
shoved
Show the
it in.
sounding tools. Show the sounding tools again.
It's
She
so
obviously
small.
advanced further than those.
Right.
These
She's
are
like a
meant for,
gauge.
men.
She's like a gauge earring person where she had
Exactly.
worked it to get so huge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't like her.
What's next?
Anyway, next let's go to Florida, where a repairman is going to have to shell out $50,000 bond if he wants to get out of jail for what he did, and it's all caught on camera. Yeah. So this is Marcus Cantos, and when Marcos had a refrigerator problem at his business, the Turtle Source, where he breeds rare turtles, I guarantee the last thing he thought would happen would be that the repairman would look at all those fucking turtles and say to himself, I should probably steal a bunch of these fucking turtles. But that's exactly what this man, 47-year-old Jermaine Walford, did. He looked at all those turtles and he thought, this is my chance at financial freedom.
Damn, those are nice
He
turtles.
thought I have to save my brothers.
Right.
Guy looks like a turtle.
Maybe that's it. He does kind of look like a turtle. I'm going to play the local news story for you.
Got his turtle ass.
Pulling turtles back at home after being stolen from a breeder. The accused thief was hired by that breeder and is now facing charges. Tonight Beats Marcela Quadra tells us how deputies caught him.
It's this surveillance footage that helped Lee County deputies catch 47-year-old Jermaine Wolford. He's the man accused of stealing 18 turtles valued at $30,000 from a Southwest Florida turtle breeder.
I just had this sick feeling. I felt nauseous the whole time.
But this wasn't a random theft. Owner of Turtle Source Marcos Cantos tells me Wolford was fixing a beverage cooler.
And he needed a part, so he was going to come back when he got the part in. After the first time he left, we noticed a couple things missing, but we didn't make the connection with the guy.
When he came back, he noticed her office turtle named Hunchy was missing, amongst other things. Now that's when he tells me they looked over surveillance video.
The camera's right up here, not hard to see. And the guy even looked right into the cameras a couple times, which is how the sheriff's department was able to use the facial recognition. And then he was just helping himself to all these.
After the Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated, it was just a matter of getting Wolford back on the property, where deputies arrested him.
Yeah, they kind of coach us on having him return. He was supposed to come back anyway.
Now, Cantos is sending an important message.
Check credentials when people come in, verify that the place is legit, and then you should be fine. But if not, you...
Anyway, last thing you'd expect.
Did they get the turtles back?
So they recovered 5 of the 18 turtles. Somehow this guy figured out how to move 13 turtles before he got caught.
He had a good connection lined up.
Yeah. I'm not sure what kind of turtles they were, but 30 grand sounds like some insurance fraud, if you ask me.
Yeah, there's no way those turtles are worth 30 grand.
30 grand.
That's kind of the turtles. They were family.
Are turtles that expensive? Oh, maybe these things grow to be gigantic, right?
Yeah, like maybe the big ones. I don't know.
It's like a tortoise, like a baby.
This guy.
Oh, Hunchy, what are you doing in there? We've been looking for you.
He does look
stuffing
like a
turtles in his bag. So there's Florida Man Friday for you.
Wow.
You never know what people are going to be interested in when they come into your business or home. They'll steal anything.
It's very true. You got to watch out.
Maybe it's your valuable turtles.
Could be if you're a turtle breeder. Also, a bonus TikTok International moment. Real quick, just going to pop a headline for you guys. McDonald's knockoff Uncle Vanya unveils its identical logo.
After it's a sideways McDonald's logo.
I love it.
B. So they turned the M arch into a B, and it's called Uncle Vanya, which I guess Vanya starts with a B in McDonald's in Russian. So they're gonna reopen McDonald's
McVanya's
called Uncle Vanya's, and I'm sure it's gonna taste like trash, but once they run out of the original,
it's
frozen
definitely gonna serve Pepsi instead of Coke products.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah, for sure.
This is a little bonus international one for everybody. Also, somebody sent in the Detour Sunglasses has an ad for their Big Kahunas, big man's glasses.
Right. And what is it? What is this ad, Will?
Well, they think he thinks I look exactly like the guy if I had a beard on the left. There.
You talking about the meat in that sandwich?
No, one of the breads.
No,
one of the breads.
That guy on the left looks like you and Dooley combined.
Just saying, that company unintentionally is trying to sell sunglasses to the bear community.
To the bears.
Oh, yeah.
Unintentionally or intentionally, we don't know.
Aren't we so trying to sell, everything to the bear community unintentionally?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly are.
Hey, get at us, Detour. if you want us to push these big
Put it back up.
Kahunas.
Put it back up.
We need to.
Here's a copy. 5 stars. You and your big head are going to love them. What are you and your big head doing here?
And it's 3 guys hugging in a small pool.
Oh, that's a big head and an even bigger body.
It's an above ground.
I think
look how furry it is too.
I think we can move some of those glasses if they want to get at us.
Yeah, I think so. All right, fellas.
Space is the place. Hello.
Hello, going back to space. Because big time space news this week. Boom. NASA said of this image,
we have fully aligned and focused the telescope on a star, and the performance is beating its specifications. We now know we have built the right telescope. Yes. We are excited about what this means for science.
That's what NASA said about this focus test, the first one of the James Webb. You see, they focus this thing in on one star to basically tell that it's working right. And then the speculation is that NASA may not have been anticipating being able to see so many galaxies, because they're basically just blowing out the camera on this one star. And so, but look at all these galaxies it picked up on the side. And so they're thinking that it's more sensitive, or they're very pleased with the results. So
yeah,
looking like it's going to be a good camera.
It's like it's pretty awesome. It's like if Wes took one of his cameras and just pointed it at the sun, you'd be able to see nothing.
Right.
Which is essentially what this image is.
Yeah, they pointed it at a star. Right. And then instead of just the flare, it also picked up hundreds of other little galaxies.
Little nothings.
So they know what those things are. You'd have to draw.
No, you can see their galaxies.
Yeah.
You can see their shape and everything. Yeah, those are galaxies for sure in the background. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or I mean, yeah, for sure.
So they're enormous, those things in the background.
Yeah, this is zoomed in on one star. It's just a focus test. We're not going to get real pictures of them taking pictures of actual stuff until the summer or fall, but they're just excited because
those tiny little things were all different galaxies. Like the Milky Way galaxy would be one of those.
Yeah.
Yep. That's insane.
It's like in Men in Black.
That doesn't even make sense.
It's got the galaxy on that cat's collar.
Space is fucking huge. But yeah, so Mark, it's looking like the web is pretty real, but
look, it's all Greek to me. Yet? I mean,
we'll see.
I believe in outer space. I just don't really, know if all. It's kind of like the Frog of War with the propaganda. I just don't know if everything I'm getting presented.
You think these could all be fabricated images?
To an extent. I don't. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose necessarily, but I just don't know if everyone knows exactly what we're looking at all times.
They could easily fabricate that image. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Well, the Hubble was probably all fake too.
Funding.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
One word for you.
Yeah.
Funding.
Moving on to more conspiracies. There's a new Area 51 photo book out called CIA Station D by T.D. Barnes. It's a must read. It's only $200 for the hardback if you want to get the latest photo book about the CIA Station D Area 51 conspiracy theories. Also, a tiny asteroid burned up over Iceland. People did a lot of what if it was bigger talk in the last week. But I mean, it wasn't. It burned up in the atmosphere. And then the latest on potential missions to Mars. First, the European Space Agency has suspended their already delayed Mars rover project they were working on with Roscosmos, the Russians.
Good.
Because Putin's a dick and all. So they
did that a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, well, they just officially suspended it because of the new war now, Wes, but they did delay it because of COVID in the past.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and then also this on the latest on Mars. Somebody tweets, Space Hub tweets, what's your guess? 1969 shows an astronaut on the moon, 20, and then blank, blank, and it shows astronauts on Mars. Elon Musk replies on Twitter, 2029.
So he's usually ambitious by about a decade. So 2039 is my guess.
Well, Mark, this is, of course, a delay from 2024 and then 2026 and then 2028. And now it's 2029.
USA World Cup projections these days?
I think we're 2032.
Do we have a plan
for the World
Cup?
That's
the next time we'll get to play in the World Cup?
No, for the U.S.
No, I think we host. I think.
No.
To win. Oh, I see what. Yeah.
Remember Project 2012?
Yeah,
Whatever?
Project 2012. That that's
like
a better.
that, Pat.
That's a better question, Pat. Will the U.S. win the World Cup before someone
No.
goes to Mars?
No,
Yeah.
no. That's a definite no. That's a definite no. But we'll see if Elon can get his biggest load ever shot off before the end of the decade or not. We'll find out. And finally, the NASA Artemis 1 mission will take off from the Orion capsule and launch system in May if all goes well. And on Thursday, they had a big live stream because they moved this giant fucking thing onto the launch pad on Thursday afternoon. The Orion system is built by Lockheed Martin. It's taller than the Statue of Liberty, and NASA is billing it as the most powerful rocket ever. They think it's going to take U.S. astronauts back to the moon in 2024 and to Mars after that. But then it's like, we're going to see who gets there first, I guess, right? Because like if NASA's got this Orion thing and then SpaceX is also going for it, like, are they doing it together? Are they competing?
Yes, they're doing it together. I think they're pretty. I think because the U.S. is subbing out SpaceX now.
Well, right, but Orion, not NASA's, Orion's built by Lockheed, and NASA's saying that's going to do the moon Artemis, which is the Artemis missions, and then they claim Mars after that as well. So that gets a little.
Why do we got to go back to the moon? Why do we have to go back to the moon?
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, I think we should go back to. If we went to the moon in 1969, why don't we do cooler shit on the moon? Why don't we like play around the golf, set up a station?
This
costs billions of dollars to do that.
It does, Wes. This is
cool
the Artemis. Artemis is the new Apollo series. Basically, they're setting up a base is the end goal. So it's like they're going to send an unmanned mission around this year around the moon. It comes back. Then there's going to be a manned mission in 2024. Then eventually they set up a base. And then they eventually want to go to Mars, I guess maybe around 2029. But it seems like maybe this is all the same effort. Maybe it's like different. I'm not sure if SpaceX.
We should start industrializing the moon together. First. That seems easier.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
yeah. Yeah, I want them to mine asteroids too. I'd like all the gold off that one. This would be cool.
Yeah, it's like
just
cool
a big money laundering scheme.
You think so? So you think it's faker than I do?
I think NASA's a load of shit.
Why is that?
Because I don't think we need to be doing all this. I think they're just getting. I think there's some shady ass stuff going on with the funding that NASA gets, and it's going places it shouldn't. And they're inflating what it costs, and it's crazy.
What's more fraudulent, being an engineer at NASA, a doctor from
a contractor for NASA is the most fraudulent
we
thing in the
cannot
world.
risk losing space supremacy. This is what the Space Force has told me, and I believe it.
A screw costs $20,000 over there.
Yeah, I mean it's Space Force screw. Yeah,
it's got a lot to do.
NASA screw.
Yeah, right. That seems a little high to me, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem high to you?
Well, it's got to have it's got to have special space coating. Wes, you wouldn't know about that, but we'll find out if any of these things happen 2024, this May, beyond. But before all that happens, right now, it's almost spring and summer. The seasons for finally getting outdoors, for entertaining, pool parties, barbecues. But if your yard looks like a plant cemetery, you're not going to enjoy it as much. Get your place looking like a resort. Easy with fastgrowingtrees.com. When it comes to caring for your plants, know-how matters. That's why fastgrowingtrees.com express curates thousands of plant varieties that will thrive in your specific climate, location, and needs. There's no waiting in lines, no messy cars from hauling plants all over town, because you order online or over the phone, and your plants are shipped to your door in 1 to 2 days. Plus, their growing and care advice is available 24/7. It is really like a mind-blowing delivery process. You will be so impressed, I guarantee. Whether you're looking for increased privacy, shade, and adding some natural beauty to your yard, Fast Growing Trees have the perfect plants and the expertise to help you find them. Even if you've never had a green thumb, they'll make you feel like you do. 1 million home gardeners have already seen what fastgrowingtrees.com can do for them. I personally have seen the delivery process, and like I'm telling you, it's amazing. Like they keep everything so fresh. Like the leaves are like vibrant on the tree somehow, even though it's boxed up. It's only in the box for a little bit. The root ball is like so moist, ready to plant. It's very healthy, ready to go. Very incredible. It's hard to believe, honestly, the packaging and the delivery system. Plus, with their 30-day Alive and Thrive guarantee, you can trust everything will be healthy for years to come. Go to fastgrowingtrees.com/factor right now, and you'll get 15% off your entire order which is a huge savings. We're talking about big, beautiful outdoor trees, 15% off. Get 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com/factor, fastgrowingtrees.com/factor.
You ever been in someone's house and they just have plants everywhere and it's so amazing in that house and you're like, I wish I lived here. I wish I lived here. It's so impressive. It's like it's just refreshing, it's cozy, it's all, and I just never think I can do
that,
it.
But I wish.
But you can with this.
Well, you can. I could make my outdoor like that with fast growing trees, but I could never. I will kill an indoor plant. I've learned.
Yeah. He's violent. Guys, when you're looking for swim trunks this summer, or just really the trunks to rock, I'm talking Bird Dogs. I'm down here at the beach right now, actually in Lee County, actually really close to the turtle source, Wes. So I might pop over there. But here's the situation. I was rocking my Bird Dogs today at the beach. Which Bird Dogs do you ask? Well, I'll show you, because I rock the Baysiders. Look at those. That's if those are some Pat pants, I don't know what are.
Oh, those are nice.
They are turquoise, pink, blue, and purple.
I like that.
Those are some look at me pants.
Yep, and that's just what I like.
Peacocking,
so,
you know,
in a way that makes you think, wow, what has he got that I don't have?
Gonna get a lot of. It's a good icebreaker short, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I got a long sleeve soccer jersey in the mail for the first time. I never realized how comfortable this is. I paired it with the joggers, the most comfortable pants I own. Joggers, long sleeve soccer jersey. I have never been more comfortable in my life. Bird Dog joggers, pairing that with a comfortable top. So,
yeah. So here's the deal, guys. This is like next level technology. These are pants that you can wear all day long. If you're doing anything outdoors this summer, like I got the ones with the liners, so I don't need underwear. I rocked it in
with the liners. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I rocked it in the Gulf today, and then out of the Gulf, they quick dried. And then I was just hanging with my son, went on a bike ride, no chafe, fantastic. Check it out. Go to birddogs.com, use promo code HARDNEWS, one word, hard news, and you'll get a free Nerf Howler football. Why not? But seriously, everyone needs a pair of Bird Dogs in their life. It's the go-to short, especially when you're packing. You know, you don't have a lot of room to pack. I literally just packed one pair of shorts, and that's all I'm going to need, and it's going to get it done. So birddogs.com, promo code HARDNEWS. Let's get into voicemails and reviews.
Hike.
They dropped the sweatpants too, Pat. Just want to mention that they now have their sweatpants available, which are.
I've not tried them yet, but I know you spilled some Diet Coke on them on the plane.
Yes.
Coke Zero. I'm sorry, Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, yeah.
And they were very absorbent. All right, 5-star reviews. Here's the deal. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read it verbatim, unless it's racist or weird, and our symbologist, Wes, will catch it from a mile away if it's racist. Just FYI.
Just try it.
I want you to try it.
He's like Patrick Waugh.
Sharpen me.
And your puck is a racist comment. He's going to stop it.
Past him.
So also, Spotify, honestly, to tell you the truth, shows us a little bit more love than Apple Podcasts. So the whole reason we ask for these reviews is what's called editorial support. So if you're ever in Apple Podcasts and you see new and notable, right, or a specialty in a category, like a feature in a category, that's a lot of times based on reviews and algorithms. And literally, this podcast has grown to a pretty excellent and fantastic audience with none of that shit ever.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
Us driving reviews specifically to get some of that shit, they've never fucking given any to us. I mean, it's literally the situation where if they did that one time, rocket ship.
Boy, it would really help.
Rocket ship. But you know what? We've been sustaining and building it organically, like the
because of you guys.
Yeah. You know what the Avett brothers said? Fan by fan, show by show. It took them 12 years to get to arenas. And guess what? They're in no one's pocket.
Boom.
Okay? It's Avett like Shave It, if you were curious. Not Avett. Great band.
Yeah, I thought you were saying it wrong.
North Carolina.
Is that trucker music? Because I like that. Is that?
I mean, not like the trucker music you listen to.
I mean, I still like it, though, so it's got to be trucker adjacent.
Great band. Really good band, Avett Brothers. Sweet guys, too. I hung with them a couple times.
You have some beers with them?
When they used to come.
Did you call the other guy in too? The
Plemons?
What's his name? Yeah,
no, he left town. He left town. He moved to LA for a little bit when his career kind of took off. When he did that break.
Could you imagine the Avets and Plemons in the same room?
I'm sure. Powerhouse. Well, Plemons he's a musician. A lot of people don't know that. So,
Oh,
A lot of
wow.
people don't know that.
That's
Maintains
awesome.
a house in Austin. Been there a couple times.
You've been
So
in the
it's-
house. Wow.
Many times. All over that house. He's got solar.
You shitting there? Shit in the bathroom in there?
Does he have a backyard
wasn't.
at that house?
Yeah, it's a little one. Kind of like it was kind of like PFT's old house. It it was like newer and squat, like kind of tight, you know. But it's cool.
Miller
Anyway,
guy.
we got off track here. 5-star reviews. If you leave them, we'll read them. But honestly, fuck Apple Podcasts is how I'm feeling right now. And I can say that
they've never done anything for us.
So you can leave one on Spotify too, but you can just do a 5-star. There's no edit. There's no commentary. But if you comment, then you can screenshot that, DM it to us, and we'll read it. Okay, first review.
Hang on. Shout out Hive. We were at like 910 last Friday. We're at like 980 on Spotify now. So we're 20 away from 1,000. Good job. Just push us over the edge.
Yeah, that's great. And it doesn't sound
Send
like
us
a
to
lot,
Mod.
but in Spotify numbers, it's absolutely a lot because people are
that's
so
huge.
just figuring this stuff out. All right, here we go, guys. This one's from Jaboy. Ice Beers hit different 5 stars. It's VT Danny Dan. Love y'all so much. This is my only source of news, and I don't bother to fact check.
Nice.
I have to say, as a once broke college kid, the Ice Beers just hit different.
True.
The best of the best is definitely this brand called Ice House. I believe all their beers are ice already, but I do believe
By
there
default.
is an ice version of their already iced beers.
Pretty sure there is.
Ice House
squared.
Ice.
Yeah. Double ice.
Double ice.
Ice House Ice. AJGFT, Gorilla Dicks. Okay, next one.
Double
This
ice.
Double
This
ice.
one's from Astro.
You
Church.
guys remember,
Phenomenal.
real quick, Pat, you remember Camo Ice 40s?
Oh, yeah.
Camo Ice.
Oh, yeah.
I fell into my
Terrible.
laundry room closet.
20% 40.
Camo Ice. Bad night. Phenomenal from Astro Church. Love the boys in this show. Been riding since day one, but haven't gotten around to reviewing yet. Can't wait to keep on rocking with the boys. Y'all help me get through my work week and bring me countless laughs on my long trips through the state selling real estate. Pat,
Yeah.
don't listen to the haters. Go Commanders. I
Astro
love a
Church.
statewide real estate, man.
Hell of a name, too.
Mm-hmm.
Commies fan.
All right, next one, guys. Vil L1818.
Vin.
Yup, Vin.
That's our guy,
Vin
Vinny,
Vin.
probably.
It's probably Vin. Sunday,
Vin L.
he left it. Yeah, he said, y'all are welcome. Felt bad that you didn't get a 5-star review to read on Friday's episode. So here you go. Y'all are welcome. Also, thanks for keeping the show light. Really hoping that mailman leaves another voicemail.
Also, that was my bad because we did get one Spotify one last week and I just fucked it up. That's on me.
We need
That's
a better
on me.
system than just DM.
Sure
us. We
have.
need to send
It's
it
coming up.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Chris. It's coming up.
Send them to the hard factor voicemail email.
I'm
That's
pretty
where-
sure once you get to 1,000, Spotify pops up like a text box for you. They're like, you're in the big leagues now.
Spotify needs to give you a fucking text option, but
they
until
will.
then, DMs
They
is
will.
all the best we got. And the DM system is just, it gets as scatterbrained as our brains get scatterbrained. That's it.
Hey, while I'm reading this, can someone pop on Spotify real quick and check who won the poll for which paper moon, the Midlothian or the Norfolk? The
Yeah,
Norfolk
I'll
location is the best strip club and restaurant. All right, this one's from Tommy for Prez, Aaron Godgers. Been listening since episode 1 and love this show. Getting the news with no slant or lean is what this country needs. Tip. Aaron Godgers and Shaylee Woodley are still dating. P.S. Mark, keep Godgers out of your mouth. I love you.
He's not gonna like the holiday part of the show. Let's see. I just voted. Oh, I pushed it over the edge. Midlothian.
Yeah, Midlothian Turnpike, great paper moon.
Oh, damn, I was just there. I was just in Midlothian.
A little bit more space, a little bit bigger. All right, guys, this next review is a little bit anti our policy, but it's so dumb, I got to read it. And
Okay.
it's anti our policy for a couple of reasons, specifically the username, which I've blacked out here, but it's golf N-word.
Yeah, but hold on. Golf N-word.
Not funny.
This guy again.
We've heard from him before.
Not funny. But what is funny is that the title of his review is "Can't Change My Username, Sorry."
Yeah, maybe you should have thought of that one.
Who's he sorry to?
Yeah.
The
Himself, his prior self for coming up with that name.
He's essentially saying, look, we want mean reviews back. That was the whole point. Well, we don't mean reviews on this show. There's lots of jokes that you can make, but the idea that your username on Apple Podcasts is golf N-word and you can't change it
Right.
is very funny to me.
Well, the funniest part is he wants to
But
change
also
it
not
to
funny.
leave. he wants to change it to leave more angry, mean reviews.
No. Golf N-word doesn't want to leave only angry reviews.
Right.
Shocking.
Anyway, I just like the idea of him trying to change it. Anyway,
It's pretty easy to. It's pretty
Damn it,
easy
I'm
to
locked
change.
in.
He's so frustrated. He's in like a
He's
cell
at the-
of his own making.
He's at the Apple store. Like, just type in your Apple ID. He's like, it's Golf N-word.
Right. The point is, you can't
Imagine.
change it.
It's a
Did he mean that
suggestion.
he can't change it.
That's his Apple name.
Morally. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
I can't change it. I'm sorry. I made a pact. Guys, this one is from West 3450. Such a great daily listen. Keep it up, boys. And guys, the only one on Spotify from Chris Contos. You know I got to give the boys a 5-star on Spotify, but then he screenshotted that Spotify 5-star and then DM'd Will, I believe. Shout out to my old pizza place at Heat Pizza Bar in T-Town. Heat Pizza Bar sounds hot, like a spicy pizza sounds pretty good. One episode, would you? Bam, we're doing it right now, Chris. We'll promote the shit out of y'all to our employees and customers. I sold it to my partner/friend, Frank Fleming. Shout out Frank Fleming. It's in Tuscaloosa. Okay, T-Town. Roll, damn, Tide. Not on this show. This is a Go Tigers show.
Right.
But
I told Chris that was the best thing I had heard, except for the last sentence. So I still feel the same way, Chris.
How's our sloppy seconds with Nick Saban after we had our way with him and said,
well, I mean,
you
I
ain't
think
fun
they're-
enough for this town.
They're enjoying it.
Heat Pizza Bar's got some good reviews, fellas.
They're enjoying it. Heat Pizza Bar. Hey, this
Looks
is a
delicious.
Pizza, this is a pizza
Delicious.
pod. All right.
Yeah.
I think everybody in here has worked in pizza at some time or another.
Oh, yeah.
We all love to eat
say
pizza.
so.
Just look at us.
Yeah.
So Heat
Can
Pizza.
I read the top review
Yeah.
for Heat Pizza Bar? It says 5 stars. This is Google review. Insanely delicious pizza. Best I've had in months. Drove out from Birmingham and it was worth every second to get here. And then the server Byron kicked ass as well, apparently. So, you know.
Damn.
Good
I
pizza
gotta
and
say,
service.
I got to break a little news here. The drive from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham, not a journey.
Well,
Not a
bad.
journey.
I didn't know
45
that.
minutes.
I'm not driving 45 minutes for pizza.
Maybe an hour 10.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Sounds like it's
Just
worth
saying, he
for
made it
Heat.
sound like he took a plane to get there.
Keep doing what you're doing, Heat Pizza. We
I'm
support
kidding.
you.
I'm kidding. All right, let's get into voicemails and reviews. The voicemail line, guys, is 512 270 1480.
There it is.
There you go. Got it. But honestly, that sounds like shit, and there's a word beep there. We keep that number open because sometimes some goddamn Casanova had it before us, and
We got naked pics.
nudes DM'd
Yeah, we got
randomly.
nudes, so you can't lose the
So that's
number
why we
after
keep
you
it
get
open.
nudes.
Can't close that.
Quick question. Is my connection better because I'm hardwired in now and I'm
Yeah,
at
it's better.
500?
It's
Okay.
Oh,
much
you're
better.
moving now. Like
Okay.
I haven't
also
seen
the-
you skip once since.
So it's
you
not a
came back.
hardware issue.
Clarity,
it's-
Mark.
Okay.
The clarity right
See
now.
this-
It's
see
Something happened.
it's
Oh, no, your
yeah,
tank tops
full
look
height.
good the whole
It's the
time.
hard. Yeah, it's the hardwire.
It's full high definition.
I
I can see the
hardwired in.
definition.
You can't go back.
on your
Yeah.
on your purple wall behind you.
Fuck. All right.
I
Sorry.
can see the texture.
Sorry, babe.
What is
Give me a 50-foot cord in the house.
Big boy's working. Big boy's working. Family's got to eat. Okay, moving on. Yeah, look, we keep the voicemails open because, you know, the nudes, and it just would be rude for the people sending them to us thinking that the Casanova who used to occupy this number is still, it would be just rude to
Oh, we're still
not-
here.
not have someone receive the nudes. But really what you want you to do is go on your voicemail app on your phone and send it to hard factor voicemails at gmail.com because it's a lot cleaner. This first one, normally we have Amish Brock later in the voicemail chunk, but these voicemails are in straight alphabetical order. Here's
Nice.
Amish Brock.
I like that.
Good morning, boys. Amish Brock back again with your Amish fact of the week. Now, this week's one is a little shitty, pun intended. So, we are talking about the absolute tragedy that is Amish kids falling into manure holes and dying. Now, this is actually a lot more common than you'd think. And I know it might come as a
It's like those
shock,
brothers
but
that died in the
Amish parents
yeah.
aren't always paying 100% attention to their kids. They're usually whittling or churning butter or finding other ways to just be absolutely shitty parents. But these kids will wander around the manure holes and the fumes from it will just kind of knock them out.
Yep. Oh, we lost
Lost
Pat.
Pat.
Oh no,
What happened?
we lost Pat altogether.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
shit.
gone. Well,
Oh, he's
that's
still in the other broadcast.
Oh.
Let's see what's
Uh-oh.
happening here.
that's just like what happened to that family of farming brothers. Remember?
Right.
No
so
idea.
the methane can kill him, right?
Yeah, like-
Or he said he knocks him out, and then he.
Like I don't know if you screw it on or screw it off. One brother was trying to like unscrew it, but he passed out. The other brother came in, and he passed out. The other brother came in, and he
right.
passed out.
Right.
The fumes,
And then they all died.
Like they asphyxiate or whatever, and they all it's like ammonia and a couple other different scents in there, and they just pass out and die. Carbon monoxide.
Killed by manure, man.
I think we got the gist of Amish Brock's there.
I think we did, and that's sad that the Amish, it's 2022, and they're still struggling with the deadly effects of manure.
It sounds like manure pits need to get a little safer.
It does.
Yeah.
Really does.
People die every year in manure pits.
Yeah.
So I feel like the rest of the people in the house right now that I'm staying are like, well, fuck Pat, we gotta watch this March Madness. We gotta watch it. Yeah.
I
So
would.
anyway,
let's get through.
here we go. Here's Andrew.
This is Andrew. Listening to the March 16th show. Talking about the woman that defrauded the military.
Yeah.
Pat, my God, you just fucking glossed over the fact that she bought her medals? How the fuck do you buy medals from the military? Doesn't happen even with a .gov address. How do you buy medals from the military?
Yeah. No.
That's all I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Dark web.
Okay, Andrew, I'm not going to tell you because it sounds like you want to buy
Knockoffs,
medals from the military.
Yeah.
He does.
Pat, I was thinking the same thing. I want to know specifically what website.
Use Bitcoin or what?
Yeah.
No, it's knockoffs. It's not the real
I was
shit.
getting that same vibe, Pat.
She didn't have like a real fucking Purple
Yeah.
Heart. It wasn't like.
Oh, look, this is intel I got from military people that apparently like you have to acquire them somehow, and she got them I think through having her email associated with the VFW show.
Oh yeah, because she
That's
could
how
probably
got them.
order them from if she was.
Someone's
Oh, it
paying
was
for
the
them,
real
too.
deal.
Yeah, they were real deal.
Oh, holy shit. That's even more shady.
Here's
Damn,
Dallas.
Andrew, good question.
Factor Boys, Dallas, Dave here talking Leeds United.
Yes.
And I've got some good news. We're not dead yet. Thank goodness we won on Sunday. Holy shit. Should have won about 5-1 or 5-0. We ended up winning 2-1. Thank goodness. We had the full range of emotions in the last 8 minutes there, from heartbreak.
Back.
And just incredulousness to ecstasy when we scored in the last minute to win. It was great. Great game. And I think even for a neutral fan, if you haven't seen the game, the highlights are phenomenal. We've seen it the post a couple times. We had a million chances. As I said, we should have scored more.
We're still alive. So keep those jerseys, Pat. Wes, I got a fresh 100 in my wallet in honor of you.
Hell yeah.
Also wanted to give you a shout out for your reaction to that story last Monday, I believe. The guy who killed himself with a caffeine overdose, and you were like, so this caffeine stuff is just available anywhere, and you can get it and it's undetectable. I had a good laugh at that. I think anyone who's had a contentious relationship or thought about getting down that road with like ricin and Breaking Bad or caffeine mixtures, had a good laugh at your reaction there. What was left unsaid was pretty funny. So take care, boys. Keep the
read
faith.
between the lines, huh?
HAGFD and MOT.
Hell yeah, Dallas Dave. Hey,
Nice.
he probably mentioned when you fast forwarded him, Patrick Bamford back in the lineup,
Oh, he's
striker,
back.
striking fear in the hearts of
Did he
goalies
score?
and defenses. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We play today. Leeds plays today. We got to keep it up. We're playing the Wolves, so if we could only like lose by one, that'd be good.
Yeah, Wolves are pretty good.
All right, next one. Sorry, that was a 200%, then a 300%, then a 500% speed increase. It's
Dallas Dave likes to slow it down, so I mean, sometimes
keep
you got to counterbalance him.
That was good, Pat.
Yeah.
Pardo Hive, Frothy Rothy from the Discord and Twitter here.
Yeah.
To keep the music theme from the past few weeks going and to mark the return of baseball, what would you choose as your walk-up music if you were a baseball player? Or, if you're like me and are a Reds fan and have absolutely shit fuck to look forward to this year, what would your entrance music be in your select sport? Thanks, boys, and HAGFD.
Okay, walkout music if you're a baseball player.
Yeah, baseball. Keep it baseball, right? Because
It's got to be baseball.
No other sport really has walkout music besides.
I know what I'm going with.
What do you got?
Want to know?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going seventh inning stretch music to confuse people.
That is confusing.
That's what I'm going.
They bring in a reliever.
Yeah, take me out to the ball game is my go-to.
It's the second inning and they bring in a reliever.
Yeah, they're very confused.
I always go fire starter in this scenario at Prodigy fire starter, and it's also relevant to baseball because the relief pitcher is called the fireman, so you have to bring in a relief pitcher because I'm starting fires left and right all over your field.
Wow, look at
Well, that means he's going to put you out.
Well, he's going to try. He's going to try to put me on. It's going to be battle, but they're going to need to bring someone in to deal with me.
What Radiohead song are you going with, Wes?
None.
Which that was
MOP Annie Up. That's what I do.
Annie Up, nice. Yeah, I was hoping somebody had a hip hop. I've got two because nobody took it. I'm going to say Money for Nothing. Obviously, the guitar part.
Fair.
But what I would put, what I had as my original was Country Roads because that just gets the crowd going.
Which one?
You'd always be
Denver or the remix?
I don't know. The original. You'd always have the crowd going. Country Roads, like as soon as you roll up and Country Roads is playing, people get excited. That's a crowd pleaser. So you're gonna have people like eating more popcorn, drinking more beers, get a little bit more talking and stuff during your at bat. It's gonna be good.
So many people would miss my at bats because they'd be running to the restroom thinking it's a break in the gameplay. All right.
What about the Bitcoin thief music?
Yeah.
Razzlecon?
Yeah, some Razzlecon.
Gravegrass would be good.
I don't know if it makes sense to play Razzlecon or not.
The bad bitch.
Bad bitch.
I'm a motherfucking bad bitch. Go on, make me a sandwich. You annoying like vag itch. So lame. It's fucking tragic. Bad bitch, motherfucking bad bitch, bad bitch, motherfucking bad bitch, motherfucking bad bitch, bad bitch.
Pretty intimidating song. Actually.
That's a double coming up.
That's Razzlecon. All right, next up. And I let this one go a little long.
Guys, I got 1.5 statements here, and then I got a question for you guys. Our full statement, I don't know how we made it through Wes's absence. It's obvious that Wes is simp. He's adored by the rest of the fellas. Example of this is just whenever Wes misses a show, you get about 10 to 15% of the show, of the three other hosts just talking about Wes, wondering what Wes would think. It's entertaining. And, Wes, I'm just happy for you, man. Happy your strength, to come back, stay on, and just making your three fellow hosts fawn over you daily. The half statement,
damn,
is a crazy idea. Has Ukraine, have they tried just spamming Russia with Ram Ranch? I don't know. Might work. And then my question, do you guys have, it sort of leads in the Ram Ranch thing, leads into the question, but do you guys have like a go-to way of squashing beef within your friendship? You guys have been tight for a while. You've talked about conflicts in the past. Do you guys have, like a go-to, all right, here's how we're going to squash the beef, and then, go through it, and then the beef squashed? I don't know. I like to know because it's fun hearing that stuff. So keep on the good work. Thank you, boys.
I don't think we have
Love
a
you,
standard
Wes.
process.
Thank you.
Yeah, the
Love you
standard
guys.
process for Mark and me is long texts between each other. Usually like 4 hours of the beef, acknowledging each other. That's how Mark and I do it. And then
I like to hit it head on. I like to hit it head on.
It's an apology, and then it's make
Yeah.
fun of the situation.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
general.
it goes.
True. Acknowledge it, address
Yeah.
it, and then make
Mhm.
fun of it.
And then make fun of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Once
it's
the
really
emotions have calmed down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to time it right though.
True.
You got to time the making because you could re-spark it.
No, that's
could.
true. But we're pretty good at timing it, I think.
You could
That
re-spark
comes
it.
with years of yeah.
Mhm. But then I think
No, I was trying to calm it down. Fuck. Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Willie.
Oh yeah, I don't think I was just saying I don't think we really have a set process for this group. I know other people have like very rigid processes.
Court. They have a court.
But they have they'll do some people have like rituals.
Like a fight, like a wrestling match or
No,
something.
they have like rituals like they'll split a bottle of liquor or some shit. They don't do any of
yeah,
that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
no.
Right.
We just try to
Smoke a full
remember.
pack, and we better be over it by then.
Right.
I
Other
think
people
the
have.
main
I
thing
think
for
that's
us
what he was getting at, though.
Yeah.
I don't.
is remembering how long we've been together, and the fact is our friendship is more like people say like, oh, you're my brother, but having siblings, our friendship is more like a brotherhood than a friendship, to be honest with you. It really is. It's like
True.
we've been together such a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
We love each other.
Wow. Since the Paper Moon days.
So even
long
way
before.
And before.
Since we were
just
playing
dreaming
like
about
Paper
someplace.
Moon, the video game on Nintendo. Yeah.
Like a paper moon.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, guys.
What's up, boys? It's Jacob in Tennessee, first time caller 68260. Also, owner of former Hard Factor sponsor, Full Bore Barbecue.
Yes.
I have an
Fucking
addition
boss.
to the story about the camels killing those poor fellas over in West Tennessee. So my lady grew up just down the road from that farm where those camels live or lived. And a few times over the last couple years, when we have been in the area, we swung through and hung out with these things. And just to make it clear, there is much more than camels at this place. You actually pull up in your car and like buy these buckets of food.
Right.
And drive around basically this large fenced-in pasture where all the animals are just running loose, hanging out with each other, and you feed them out of your car window. It has always blown my mind that you can just like drive into this place. They don't make you sign a waiver or anything. The only warning signs they have are these signs that say zebras bite. And the scariest things in there are by far the ostriches. But there's also like all these crazy different kinds of deer and antelopes, water buffalo, all sorts of scary ass birds. Like you name it, they will come up to your car and just feast. I sent a couple videos into the main Instagram account, but from being there in the past of what possibly is that very camel that did the deed. And I have a quick story about that. So the first time we ever went there, it was just me and the lady. I was driving and she had the buckets of food over on the passenger side. And right when we get in the gate, here are these asshole camels hanging out with some zebras and a giraffe. And the first camel rolls over to my window. I have no food on my side of the car. It's all over on the passenger side. So what this camel does, this clown just like reaches in its long ass neck in my window, all the way through the car over to the passenger side, like pinning me against my seat. And instead of just eating the food out of the bucket, it like grabs the side of the bucket and just starts shaking this bucket all over my car, just spraying pellets everywhere. All over my company car, actually, that I was driving at the time. It knocked off my rear view mirror and then took the bucket and just ran. This was like 35 seconds into our first trip around the block. So needless to say, I was not super happy with said camel. But I just wanted to share my asshole camel story. I still have my life, but my car was very dirty. It could have been the same one. If so, he's been wreaking havoc for some time.
He had it coming.
That's it for me. Have a great fucking day.
Camels are a problem.
Yeah. That camel had a long time coming.
By the way, that was journalism. I want to make a clear distinction. That was just pure journalism. And did you guys get the sense that Jacob called his height and his weight out at the top of that? Because that's how I listed it. 6'8", 260.
Yeah.
Damn,
Big boy.
What a big boy.
I know he's.
He wants to let you know that he knows a little bit about barbecue, and based on his sauces and rubs, I would say so. Yeah,
I think he was also like a
Full
high level
bore.
athlete. Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, next time I'm in Knoxville, which I was last week, but next time I'm there, let's get together and hang out. I want to see the facility.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's some
dude, fuck that
delicious
camel.
sauce and rubs.
It is. I still have
He
some.
might have.
something
Yeah, I have a little bit left.
with the ostriches, though, man. There's an ostrich at the zoo we go to. An ostrich is like 11 feet tall. Like, and I'm not being facetious. Maybe 12 feet tall.
Oh, they're
an ostrich.
dangerous.
They'll
dude.
murder you. Yeah.
They're
They're
fucking
dangerous.
huge, bro. It's
They'll
insane.
peck your eyes
All
out.
We used to break into that
Jacob
one.
smelled like barbecue? Sorry.
His what?
I think Jacob's probably smelled like barbecue too, which is you don't want to show up to those type of places smelling like delicious.
Yeah, he
barbecue.
might get overly bitten because of that. Yeah. It smells too delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Wes, what were you about to say?
I was gonna say we used to break into that the zoo in Great Falls that they had like exotic animals, and they had we used to get
Zoo?
Yeah, the Reston. Well, not the Reston Zoo. It was another. It was a
Yeah,
Great
you guys
Falls
stole
back-
the sign for it.
And
And
even
brought
richer
it to
zoo,
Steve's
huh?
basement.
No. This was not the
The
Reston
one
Zoo. I
town
don't know
that
if-
was slightly richer than Greston.
The zoo. You guys had it
Your
like in your
rich
hangout
towns-
spot. I remember that.
Yeah, we
Your
get
rich
drunk
town
and we'd
zoo wasn't good
run.
enough?
They had we get chased by ostrich. I only went one time because one time was enough for me. But they would do it all the time.
fastest.
Yeah. No, I was definitely not the fastest.
You're going with the soccer team.
They did it so much.
No, this was like with Z and Fudge and
Yeah. No,
All
they
right,
did
well,
it so
Z's
much they had
soccer.
the sign in the basement. It used to hang down there in the basement.
Yeah, it was insane. Somebody could have died.
Wu-Tang must have been slower than you.
I would
No,
hope so.
Wu-Tanglam's fast.
Oh no,
Dude, he got
I
he got
believe
drunk
that
one
so
time,
much, yeah.
and he walked up to the ostrich like face to face with it, and was just like talking shit to it. I was like, I'm gonna watch this kid die.
Was he wearing Wu wear?
I'm sure he was.
He
He's
was
a nut.
sagging and he was fast.
He's so fast.
It's James from Rochester, New York. I've been rocking with you guys since day one. I recently started watching the Patreon content on the YouTube channel, and so I'm getting to see your faces more, which is lovely. The one thing I do got to say is, Pat, you have a very active left hand. It doesn't stop moving. It's like a sign language interpreter at a Waka Flocka concert. But I can't look away. And then sometimes I watch the shows while I'm falling asleep. And if I close my eyes, the only thing I can see is that left hand just moving around. But I love to hate it. You got me, Pat. So congratulations to that. And then I do just also I've got one message for one of your callers, Colin. I just wanted to say.
No, that's that it cut off there. Guys, and I'm not playing games. That was just a really well timed crank voicemail.
hilarious.
Yeah,
he did the Colin because Colin cuts off. That was funny.
Always going, guys. I want to point out here, Colin did leave a voicemail that was literally unlistenable. I don't know, Colin, if you were it sounded like you were crossing a border in the back of an open air truck.
Why does he always sound like he's in a chopper? It's like he's about to drop
horrible.
in on Kiev.
But he did say that he'd be pushing more P and he wanted feedback on his scripts. I have not read your scripts yet, Colin. I'm sorry. But maybe next week we'll give you some feedback. Okay, next one. Well, hold on, I gotta remove that. And sorry about my left hand, James. I don't know what to tell you, but
Well, now we're all gonna notice it.
Yeah.
Why did he have to?
I'm pretty pissed at James.
Why did he have to
Unlock
say
for
that?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
James is an observant guy. You
I
can
thought
tell
I had
from-
noticed everything weird about Pat, and now I got something new.
Back to the fawning over Wes. My favorite thing was when Wes kept touching his mic for a week.
Oh,
Remember, he
man.
kept
That was-
fidgeting with his mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to
remember-
really
yeah.
concentrate.
Wait, wasn't that Wes? Didn't you stop after we started doing more Instagram clip downs? Because
Eric was going to get him.
There was like comments, right?
Yeah, yeah,
About
yeah.
about the
this
mic
guy
tapping?
won't leave his fucking mic alone.
I started sitting on my hand, and eventually I just stopped doing it. Now I
Don't
kind of
get
do.
a-
Now
Pat's
I
gonna
kind
get
of
a
lean.
complex now. Yeah.
Wes
No,
is
I'm not.
doing
I'm-
this
Every 2 seconds.
Every 2 seconds, he's
It used to be
adjusting
my
his mic.
hat too. I used to do it with my hat, and then I switched to the mic. Now I
That
just do
was
a
awesome.
lean.
Is
to
it a
prevent all.
tobacco thing?
No, it's I don't know what the fuck it is. I just got weird.
We all have
addictive
tics.
personality.
I guarantee
leg-
it. We all have
My
tics.
legs are bouncing like crazy all the time.
There was one course acting course I took from Jesse Plemons, and he told me sometimes to like stay focused and stay in character, stay in the moment. You want to have something going on with one of your hands as a distraction, especially for ADHD. So that's probably that.
Oh, I'm
All right, next
constantly.
one.
I try to keep it below frame, but I'm constantly like fidgeting with my fingers, constantly below.
I'm also sometimes taking notes about when a story is starting, but I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Constantly flexing my asshole.
All right, here
Doing
here's the next
Kegels
Just
all the
Joey
time.
C,
Look
California
interested.
again.
Joey C. from
Mark,
California.
you're never gonna believe it. Aaron Rodgers, 3 years, 150 mil. Confirmed today. Great day. You get 3 more years. Can you believe it? And but that's not what I'm calling about. You know, I know you're a huge cheesehead, Mark, but I got a
cheese.
question for you guys actually. So I'm going to ask the question again. Do you guys think there are more murderers or porn stars in the world? And for murderers, they could be caught or not caught, alive or dead. Porn stars, they got to be
professionals. None of this OnlyFans shit.
Good
No Kim
distinction.
Kardashian. Professional porn stars. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great
Murderers.
fucking day, boys.
Yeah,
It's a calculatable problem though, because you could take the number of
No,
murders
because you don't know
per
who's
year.
committed a murder, because some people don't get
Right.
caught.
But I think even with the stats Pat's talking about
Unprovable
and the
murderers.
stats of professional porn stars, it's going to be murderers without the unprovable ones.
Right. If it was OnlyFans, then it would be much harder.
If
but
it was OnlyFans,
murderers
it would be
because of the
very
rules.
challenging, or probably sway. I would switch sides and probably
Right.
go
I
porn
would say
stars.
probably porn stars if
Yeah.
you considered cam girls. But
Yeah, because there's like a murder or 50 every day.
Exactly.
Right.
More than
I mean,
that. In
yeah,
the United
yeah,
States, there's
in the
probably like
United
100
States, yeah.
murders a day.
so
Yeah.
many, man. So many people. Yeah.
A lot of people turn 18 every day, though.
But they have to be professionals.
Right. If it's not, if it included cam girls, it would be harder. But I think it's
A lot of
murderers.
birthdays out there. You know what I mean?
Home videos don't count. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
a different ball game.
One
Right.
casting
Yeah,
couch
yeah.
video doesn't count.
No.
You have to do like
Basically, you're working for Brazzers.
right.
or-
count
he's
those?
saying- he's
You don't
saying,
count those?
like,
No.
I
No.
count them.
one casting
No,
couch
no.
video does not count.
Got
Yeah,
a desk
I
in there.
I count 'em.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah, I
count.
count
They,
'em.
I mean, they,
Technically
they
an
count.
office
They
setting.
count for something, Wes. You know, but
Yeah,
not in this.
that
Not in this
counts. That
game.
counts.
Not based on the rules Joey said, I don't think.
She counts.
I'm going outside Joey's rules. She counts for me. You know.
She signed a release.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys, this is
When you need a bunch of
Joseph.
lights.
Listen to you guys on the Monday episode. I'm on my way to work right now. Just want to say I've had some shit mornings, but man, this is the definition of grr Mondays. Got woken up super early to my kids screaming at 5:30, along with the dog having diarrhea all over the rug, and then top it off, my breakfast catching on fire all before I head off for work. Wife didn't even say I had to go to work today. She said, just stay home. I said, no, I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to go. And I turn on Hard Factor, and man, I hear Macho Man Randy Savage start screaming, and I turn this fucking stereo up to 11.
Yes.
I love it, boys. Keep it up. Real quick, listen to the episode. Will, I vehemently disagree with your voodoo chips take.
Oh,
They're
no.
mixed with one chip on her.
They
So
are
you're wrong.
delicious.
So you're
all
saying
right, boys.
voodoo, you have to
Have a
go
great
voodoo.
fucking day.
Yeah. So he
Voodoo
cut
are delicious.
out there.
Look, I heard, I got his,
You said they were too seasoned, right? Is that what
I
you
said it's too sweet for me. Now,
yeah.
I would encourage you to look, Joseph, at the sugar count on the side of the voodoo package and then compare
Don't
it to
do
some of
that.
the other Zapp's
Don't do
flavors,
that.
and you'll see what I'm talking about. I just think that it's a little, it gets too sweet for me over time. I like to house a lot of potato chips at a
This
time.
is like the Pat left hand thing. Don't tell us to look at the sugar count.
Well,
Then
I'm
we're-
just saying.
Yeah,
Somebody
Will,
pointed
I'm
out
with
to
you,
me.
Will.
You're right. You're right, Mark. I'm sorry I just said that because somebody pointed out to me. And
No,
then I
I'm
could
gonna
never
taste
get over
sugar
it.
when I, yeah.
Oh, it's like when Mark told me that the Bloody Marys taste like SpaghettiOs, and I never
they
drank
do.
another one in my life.
Yeah.
Well,
Tastes
it's
like
your
spaghetti.
eyes and ears over the road. That's right, Lombard Trucking. How we doing? What I wanted to say today is give my personal and professional opinion on where the worst drivers in the United States are. Sometimes people say Massachusetts, New Jersey. They'll go as far to say even Florida or California. But I
I've
can
heard
tell
California.
you, just from being out here, the worst drivers in America are in Texas. It is
Oh,
absolutely
heard that too.
horrible.
I believe that. Yeah.
And it almost makes me think maybe we do need more government because Texan drivers have a lot of freedom with speed limits well into the 80s and 8-lane highways. They'll still manage to fuck it up somehow. I'm calling you right now from, I think, where the best drivers are from, and that's from Indiana. Question for you all. Where's your favorite place to drive? I know you've all driven cross country multiple times before. Where's maybe the best place you guys, the hosts, have driven, or one of your, what you think could be the most beautiful? With that, I'll see you next week.
I got to respond to Lombard here. So lived in Texas for 12 years.
They're the worst
Right.
drivers of all the places I've lived.
Live in New Jersey. New Jersey, as someone who has lived in both states, New Jersey by far has the worst drivers on the planet, and to the point where I literally have fantasies that are getting closer to reality, where I stop what I'm doing, I leave my careers, and I go to cop school, and I pull over New Jersey drivers. I mean,
Yeah, New Jersey does have.
That's where I'm at. it would give me so much pleasure to be a police officer, state trooper.
Okay, in good weather, you're correct, Pat. In good weather, Jersey drivers are worse and they honk more and they're bigger assholes. They're mean. But in bad weather, it's Texas. If it rains,
if it sprinkles,
it sprinkles, it's a disaster in Texas.
Oh my goodness, the rain in Texas was the worst.
If it rains in Texas, it's like cars
not
are
because
pulled
of the rain.
over.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
and
but
it's like,
okay, but let me pose this to you. So there's a crosswalk right in front of my house, right? That's very fucking dangerous because literally no one in New Jersey knows the law that if there's a person in the crosswalk, you're not allowed to cross through the crosswalk.
Correct.
If someone is stopping, right, to like me to get through the crosswalk, without fail, there will be 2 or 3 honks from 2 or 3 different cars honking at the car that stopped, essentially saying, "What the hell are you doing?" Following the law, because they're selfish pieces of shit. And I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, New Jersey. You're raising your kids as selfish pieces of fucking garbage. You're trash.
All right, well,
they're way bigger dicks. They're way bigger dicks, but they're better drivers in bad weather.
Improve your chill levels behind the wheel. But where's your favorite places to drive? I've got 2. I've got the Atchafalaya Bridge that goes into Baton Rouge on the west side of it, between Lafayette and Baton Rouge. It's really pretty, especially at sunset. It's all over the swamp. And then also the drive between Reno and Carson City. It like basically just goes on the other side of the mountain from Lake Tahoe. I had to commute it every morning for like a year and a half when I first moved out here, and it's just it was the best commute I've ever had. Most beautiful drive. I would so relaxing. I loved it.
Nice. Wes, you got any?
Any 2-lane highway on like a back road in Virginia is my favorite place.
Oh yeah,
during fall. Yeah. For me, it's I don't know if it's a road, but similar.
Pike or something.
Anything with a beach road, anything with a beach view, and then similar to what Wes said. But I was driving from I think like Charlottesville to Cincinnati for like a UFC event, and it was fall, and any like 2-lane highway in that type of area with the leaves changing, beautiful.
I forget what the exact area is called, but if you drive from Texas to California, you hit this desert part where it turns into like Looney Tunes, effectively. In Arizona, I think, or New Mexico. It's
Arizona or New Mexico, yeah, one of the two.
But it's like all of a sudden you're like, bam, in Looney Tunes.
You mean like the Roadrunner part of Looney Tunes?
Exactly. But the desert's dramatic, where you're like, whoa, am I high?
That's cool.
And you are, because you just
New Mexico has some really beautiful areas.
Next one.
Hey, Hard Factor boys. It's Soup calling again from the Great White North. Hope you're doing fucking good on this fucking Friday. Right on. Just calling with a quick question. What's the most embarrassing thing a family member's ever done to you? I'll start real quick first. A couple months ago, we were having my fiance's 30th birthday party. You know, we're all around the bonfire having a good time. I'm drinking with one of her friends and my dad around the fire, and me and her were shooting the shit. This girl, we used to work on some of the same job sites for work and shit, so we were just talking about that. And then kind of out of the blue, my 65-year-old father looks over to her and says, so Alex, are you one of those lesbians? Done. Like, fuck.
Whoa.
Anyway, I still think about it to this day, and it makes me cringe. So anyway, have a fucking great day, boys, and love to hear what yours are.
Oh,
And
that's
she
funny.
wasn't.
Was she not? Well,
I
he
don't
didn't
know.
clarify.
It's a
Soup
great
didn't
name for
clarify.
someone living up in the north. Soup, hot meal.
That is so fucking hilarious. Oh man, I've got a couple of good ones. One when I was a little kid, my cousins, they dressed me up as a pig. I'm the youngest in my generation in my family, and they just like
It's tough.
they did a bunch of plays with me and took so many videos and cameras, and I was
That's
just
tough.
like I was the piggy forever, like the whole family, because it was just you'd never talk about anything but the pig thing, and that was like the thing for like 10 years in my family. But your story, Soup, reminded me of when my father-in-law one time, he's like a East Texan guy, definitely like likes his burgers and doesn't like a ton of other doesn't like to be creative with the food necessarily.
Vegetables.
Well, his son decided it was a good idea to try to take him to an Indian buffet, Bombay Bistro in Austin, Texas.
Oh, it's a good one too.
And the remarks he was making about the color of the food, he's like, "Look at the colors of the chicken! I can't believe it!" He was just like screaming it like out loud. And then by the time we were leaving, they were like, "Are you ready to leave?" Like they were like pushing the bill in our face.
Yeah,
trying to get us out of there. It was awesome.
I like the water here.
My sister started fucking my best friend behind my back. That was pretty embarrassing.
Jeez. I can't top that.
I can.
Pat, you got one?
Yeah.
You gonna beat that?
Yeah. One time
They got engaged too.
I know. It doesn't work out.
No, I'm just kidding. I love that. Love that.
My mom came down one time to Texas, and I think it was on my birthday, and it just so happened that the Avits were in town and Plymouth.
Yeah,
was
of
in
course,
town.
of course.
And she told both of them how much I like they meant to me, and I looked up to them. It was just really embarrassing because, like, you know,
I'm sure they reciprocated though.
No, I mean they did because they're kind.
Yeah.
They're both kind, but it was just real embarrassing, Mom. But that's okay. Jesse and the Avits got it.
Yeah, I don't really have any either. I think the one that comes to mind is the one we've talked about many times on the show where I let you guys throw a party at my house when I was out of town. And then I had to go, my parents made me sit down with everyone else's parents, and some of them I met for the first time, and I had to apologize.
My family.
Yeah, like your family was the first
That
time.
was probably the most relaxed visit, though, for you.
Yeah, it was
probably.
chill. Like, I was fine with it, but they were trying to humiliate me. They wanted me to go to everyone's parents and be like, I'm sorry for allowing your son to party at my house. And I was like, yeah, okay. But nothing.
All right, you only really had to bite the bullet at one house, though, right?
Yeah, no, some kid threw me way under the bus. Yeah.
So, real quick, Tom from
Thanks, Mark,
wants to know what the worst apartment situation we've ever had was. Tom had to kill a rat-sized cat in Chicago this week. So worst.
Bentham. But that was a rent
it was Bentham. Yeah, it was Bentham easily.
The guy who killed a dog, he neglected a dog to death in the backyard while we were living there.
I think we've told the story, but it was when we moved into a house all together, and all of a sudden, somehow we missed it during the walkthrough because it was like a tucked away, hidden basement apartment.
You
that
wouldn't have
shared
known. You
Access.
wouldn't have known. Yeah.
Shared access. So he had to come through our house and to get to his creepy little apartment where he kept.
Where's that door go to?
Teen boys.
We quickly figured whether it was too good to be true on the rent.
Why is there so many anime things in the mail? Oh.
But really, the joke
What's
was
behind that door?
We just got hammered, drunk, shirtless in that basement at full blast.
7 days a week.
He hated us just as much as we just did dislike them.
I mean, we
way more.
Right outside his door.
Yeah.
And then finally, guys, final last voicemail. Tony from PA.
He just sent in the
Hey
car.
boys, Tony from PA here. I have a quick little would you rather. So would you rather only watch movies for the rest of your life or only TV shows for the rest of your life? I honestly don't know which one I'd choose. I probably lean towards TV shows, but I want to know what you guys think. Sorry if you heard my cat there. He's a little spunky one.
Oh.
So yeah, have a great fucking weekend, guys.
I think Tony's posted
Man, that's a
pictures
tough
of that
one, Tony.
Cute cat.
Yeah, Tony just sent in the car like yesterday.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, just economics, TV shows, because
Upgrade.
you're getting more bang for your buck.
It's got to be TV shows. Love movies. I like movies more than TV shows, but
it's the saddest answer
just
ever because I
more-
want to say movies,
there's
but
just more. There's more content in TV
Right.
shows.
But
It's
nowadays,
the
TV
content.
shows are just fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean, so it's
con-
all
like,
TV. Everyone
it's-
says TV
it's
shows.
the
though.
content because it's the hours, man. If you only had movies, it would probably be good. You know what? I'm going to say movies because it would make my life better.
What if
I
you-
would?
Actually, that's a
I
good
would
point.
watch.
There might be
Sure
enough
would.
of both. There might be enough of both
I would
to
have.
watch.
What if you set
less time on the
stipulations?
screen.
You can only watch. You could pick 100 movies or 10 TV show seasons, something like that. I would go like movies, but pure content. I'm going TV.
Is porno a movie? Is that a movie?
No, that's separate. Wes.
Does she have to be a
You're-
professional, or is it one casting couch count?
Does that
Did
count?
she sign a release? And that's because
I count it.
Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's the end of the week. Have a great fucking week and a great fucking weekend.